What's going on, guys? Shane here.
Taylor.
So we just uploaded a video 2 days ago that pretty much went viral. The topic of that was how to avoid a knockout. And a bunch of people were commenting saying, well, Shane, how do I knock someone out? So we're going to talk about how to knock someone out with one punch. However, we're not going to teach you so much how to throw the punch, but what are the aspects that make it a knockout punch? That's what we're going to break down. The punch that I'm going to use as an example is the lead hook. Personally, that's the one. If I had a clean shot on Taylor, his hands are down, I can throw one punch and it's guaranteed to land, I'm gonna throw the lead hook. Bunch of different reasons for it, and we're gonna break it down, okay? So the first thing is technique, all right? When you're throwing a lead hook, you're twisting your hips violently, you're ripping your hand across, you're doing that, horizontal shoulder adduction, so it's hip rotation, it's bringing that shoulder across. That's a lot of generated power. And the reason why I would choose that over something like a straight cross, which can be a knockout punch, I do have the hip rotation, but from here it's just push muscles. It's more like a pool stick than it is a baseball bat swing, all right? So the power is good, but it's not the only thing. So let's say when you're throwing punches on someone, I'm not always gonna throw this lead hook, but if I have that opportunity to land a punch where I can make that opening, I'm gonna either hit them on, behind the ear, the jaw, or the chin. They're all sweet spots. That's what's gonna knock someone out, as opposed to maybe the forehead, which is probably gonna do more damage to me. The other great thing too about the lead hook is I can throw an open hand palm stroke, which I always recommend, right? You're gonna do less damage to your hand. It's gonna be just as powerful. Boom, I rip across. You're gonna get some fingers in his eyes or grab his ear or his hair and then follow from there. So that's the technique part of it. The other thing is accuracy, right? Let's say, what I said earlier was you're not gonna throw punches just to throw them, okay? Let's say Taylor has his hands like this, right? He has his guard up high, blocking either side of his head. Well, why am I gonna throw hooks if I'm guaranteed to hit his arms? It's stupid, right? Then you're gonna throw the straight punches, okay? So make sure you're accurate with your punches. Have the good technique and the power, but make sure that you're actually gonna hit his face and the sweet spots of his face. Otherwise, you're not gonna get that knockout, right? And the last one is timing. Remember when the knockout game was big? There was 15-year-old kids knocking out grown men. That wasn't because they were little Mike Tysons, guys. They didn't have a ton of power or the best technique. It's because a guy was working, 10 hours straight. He was tired getting done work, not paying attention, focusing on going home, and someone would sneak up behind him and hit him in the jaw and knock him out. Well, you can do that in a real fight. You can do that even if he's standing in front of you, knowing that he's fighting, catching him off guard. For instance, let's say Taylor throws a right hand, and we talked about head movement in the previous video. I use my head movement, I go underneath, and he doesn't see this punch coming. Boom, I catch him behind the ear. That's what's gonna result in a knockout. So that's timing, that's accuracy, that's good technique. They're the three things. No matter what punch you're throwing, that's what's gonna get you that knockout punch, guys, all right? So it really comes down to training hard and practicing so you can get proper instruction at myfightgym.com. And I just wanna mention again, I haven't said this in a long time, but for all the new viewers that we're getting, bullies suck, guys. This is all in self-defense, all right? Amen to that. So until next time, make sure you subscribe so you can get the fight tips before your opponent does. I'm Shane.
I'm Taylor.
Fight tips, self-defense for the underdogs. Yeah,